The first Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie trailer is about to drop, which means it's the perfect time to go over everything we know so far, and obviously predict the entire movie with 100% accuracy. So we're gonna break down every teaser we already have and try to deduce what this means for the plot of the movie. Let's not waste any more time and jump into the scripts. Now, technically, we could start with the toy animatronics and the withered animatronics, but let's be honest, nobody's surprised they're in this movie. Instead, let's start with the 4 scripts that Scott Cawthon released back in August. Scott specifically said that only one of these is real, so let's go through them and try to figure out which one that is. Script 1 features an unnamed man leading 2 kids up to a carousel, and then down a secret spiraling passage. Very mysterious, very cryptic, very FNAF. Now, this clearly feels like a cold open, something to hook the audience right away, which Scott loves to do. But here's the weird part. The kids are named, but the man isn't. That probably means he's someone we already know, or that the kids will be recurring characters, while he is not. Here's why I don't think this one is real. Introducing 2 brand new child characters when we already have the mystery of Garrett, plus the leaked appearances of child Vanessa and Charlotte Emily, seems like a lot to do in this film. Would it be cool? Maybe, but do we need more characters right now? Definitely not. Our next script is bizarre. Toy Chica is apparently begging Abby and Vanessa to free her from some kind of programming. The only thing that makes sense here is that she's trying to escape the criminal database she's tied into for some reason, maybe to help William Afton? But the big issue is that this scene happens on page 25 of the script. That is way too early in the film for 1, Vanessa to already be out of the hospital, 2, the FNAF 2 pizzeria and animatronics to be fully introduced, and 3, for a conflict like this to even be happening. So I'm not buying it. Moving on, script number 3 is fucking insane. There's a military official ranting about how the government has been secretly funding Fazbear Entertainment and freaking out about their weird experiments. The idea of the US government writing checks to fund William Afton's murder bunker is actually hilarious, and it feels way too early to introduce Remnant this heavily. But shout out to Scott for basically admitting how absurd Sister Location's plot was at the time with this script. I mean, this line of it literally says, "They're like a circus." So yeah, I hope this one's fake, because nobody in the theater is gonna know what the fuck is going on. The next script is my favorite one and the one I hope is real. Abby and Mike are looking at some plushies, and they believe these are linked to bad things. Abby wants to burn them, thinking they're cursed or infected by these negative events. This lines up perfectly with several things we've seen in FNAF before. For one, burning things releases their possession or their evil. 2, plushies being tied to supernatural events or to agony, like Psychic Friend Fredbear. And 3, the Velveteen Rabbit is called out here, and that story is actually mentioned before in FNAF. I'll play a clip from my podcast to help you understand.
So, this leaked, quote-unquote leaked script is not the first time that FNAF has mentioned the Velveteen Rabbit. It's been mentioned once before, in the greatest story ever written.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
Oh my gosh, that's the best book on the earth.
Now that we've covered all that, let's jump over to Darko Set Tour. Now, in the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie, we mostly followed Mike, Abby, and Vanessa, but this time, we're getting a broader look at Freddy's through the eyes of the general public in this universe. Plastered on the first pizzeria's door on Darko Set Tour video are flyers for FazFest, which sounds like a Freddy Fazbear themed convention. There are 2 possibilities here. One is that this takes place after the first movie. Mike and Abby return to the pizzeria and discover that Freddy's still has a following. Or 2, this is a flashback, showing how beloved Freddy's was before everything went horribly wrong. Either way, I don't think I need to explain that an event called FazFest happening in October is a huge nod to Fall Fest, which is currently being teased in the games. Moving forward to the exterior of the FNAF 2 pizzeria, it's covered in stars. Now, stars have always been part of the FNAF aesthetic and the designs of the pizzerias, but the sheer amount of them here makes me think that they could be hinting at the Rockstar animatronics. A friend and I have had a theory that the Rockstar animatronics and the toy animatronics may have been designed around the same time, given how similar they look, and this could be further evidence for that. We'll have to see in the film. When Dawko walks through the entrance of the FNAF 2 pizzeria, we also see a repaired toy Foxy on the mural, confirming that things are just like the games here, where Toy Foxy was originally meant to be a full animatronic, but kids tore it apart, leading to the creation of Mangle. Finally, let's hop over to Dawko's charity stream. Now, things get pretty interesting here. During one of Dawko's charity streams, we saw a pristine, untouched Toy Freddy floor tile. However, if we go back to 8-Bit Ryan's perspective of the set tour, we see the same Toy Freddy tile, but it's aged and decrepit. Side by side, it's obvious. We're gonna get a flashback scene. This means we could finally get insights into the past of Freddy's, and more importantly, into William Afton's life. Another one of the teasers shows us the Faz Talker, a mysterious device with a speaker that seems to let you type messages in and get messages out. My guess is that Abby will use this to talk with a spirit, probably Charlie or Garrett. We know that spirits can manipulate technology in FNAF thanks to the entire series. Talking with a friend about it, I think the plot device will be kind of similar to Tom Riddle's diary, where you can put a message in, it disappears, and you get a message out, and it will be used as a exposition farm. Finally, we get a scene of an adult William Afton and an adult Vanessa in what looks to be the Afton house. And this is huge because we've never seen William Afton in a normal setting. Every time he is present in these games and books, he's always in the midst of his crimes. In the books, he's always pretending to be a security guard, posing as Springtrap or running experiments. And in the games, we only see him in the role of the murderer. And that's about everything we know so far. If you noticed something I didn't, leave it in the comments below. And I'll be back in a few days to break down the trailer that's dropping with a big group of creators. And trust me, we're gonna go deeper than anyone else. So hit subscribe and stay tuned for that. And if you want to support the channel, you can check out my Purple Sun hoodie, which is currently $10 off until the embroidered version drops. See you soon!